Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to your Legacy Stories podcast. I'm your host, Natalie McQueen, and I help people from all walks of life to create, live, and preserve your legacy for future generations to enjoy. As a legacy designer and publisher, I have guided over 400 authors to become international bestsellers and to get their message out to the world. On the show, we have guests sharing moments of purpose, gratitude, wisdom, and tradition, relationships that shape their world, and of course, their legacy stories. Today, we have special guests, Grandmaster Cynthia Rothrock and Grandmaster Jesse Bowen. Grandmaster Jesse Bowen is the executive director for the American Martial Arts Alliance Foundation and president of Elite Publications. They have a new book coming out, releasing this week, and an awards banquet in Las Vegas, Nevada on July 28th and 29th. And it's of the 9th edition of the Who's Who in the Martial Arts biography book and the Who's Who in the Martial Arts Hall of Fame tribute to Grandmaster Cynthia Rothrock, and over 100 martial artists in our martial arts inductees. That was a lot to say. So welcome, you guys. I am so excited to talk about this book.
Hey, thank you. Glad to be here, Natalie.
Absolutely. So Grandmaster Cynthia, so share with us, look at this beautiful book and the cover. You look absolutely amazing. Share with us what this means to you.
Oh, I am such a big advocate for what Grandmaster Jesse is doing in his books of Who's Who in the martial arts, because a lot of times, a lot of people know the celebrities, the people that are always out there, in the limelight. But we have so many great martial art teachers that contribute so much to the population of people learning how to better themselves, how to defend themselves better. And this book is a way to showcase them, their legacies, their stories, that is so interesting. And it's probably, I think, Jesse, you're the only one doing something like this, to bring recognition to these great instructors, that have such a message for people to learn from and to become inspired by.
Well, and Jesse, you've published over 30 books. What makes the Who's Who in the Martial Arts books different from the other books that you've published?
Well, all my books are about where I am in life and the things that I'm doing, as we have matured. Back in 2015, we published the first book, which was a tribute to my martial arts instructor for all that he'd done for me over the past, 40 plus years, from my business to, my education as a martial artist. And it was just to say thank you. And we released that. And what we did, we brought together people that he knew and we published them in the book, not knowing that we had created something that a lot of people wanted to be a part of. And Grandmaster Corley and Jeff Smith says, hey, why don't we do this again? And let's do it at the Battle of Atlanta, or let's do it in Charlotte. So the idea was born at the Battle of Atlanta for the second book. And there was never scheduled to be another book published. And so
did it again and again and again.
In Charlotte, North Carolina, the second book, Cynthia was a part of it. And, we reached out and she came to Charlotte, North Carolina. And, I'd never met before. I've heard about him, but I'd never met him before. Cynthia's one, and all these people came to Charlotte, North Carolina just to reunite, to bond, hadn't seen each other in years. So we created a special reunion. And in the book, people were reading the book and they're discovering things about people they've competed against for years and never knew all these things about them. So, it was really amazing how many people gathered. They were reading the book, sharing the book, and It just turned to be something totally amazing. And that was the birth of an idea and a concept that, we have now the trilogy series where, we have the who's who in the martial arts, the martial arts masters and pioneers, and now the martial artists changing lives. So from that one concept of coming together just to do something good, to recognize the legacy. We had a posthumous section in there where we recognized the martial artists that have already left us. And so it just turned out that we have had a following of people that we have been able to promote. They didn't have to be famous, but because, martial artists, we're all trying to do a good job. So now from a book to a publishing company, and now we're in book number 9, and so we're looking to see what the next step is.
Right. What I love, because I didn't follow the martial arts, and really hanging out with you, Jesse, really got me interested, and the amount of passion and wanting to carry it down into the younger generations. And Cynthia, I looked on your website and I've seen some of your videos, and I can tell your passion, and you're in the movies and you're just representing women, the martial arts. You're just a real icon, and I'm so thrilled to be able to meet you in person. So for the young ladies who are involved in karate, what words of wisdom would you have for them?
Well, first of all, I've been studying this year 50 years martial arts, and have never stopped a day. It is my life, it is my passion and my love. And one of the things that I think my legacy is bringing more people into the martial arts, especially women. I have a very strong passion that everyone should learn self-defense. And I'd say, the people that are training right now is just train at 100% every time you do your class, because it's so important. It's not just important, to learn your self-defense, but you're also getting in great shape. You're getting your body in shape. You're getting your mind. You're getting your spiritual awareness, and the best thing of all is you learn how to defend yourself, because it's very dangerous out there today, and everyone needs to learn how to do self-defense. It's so easy to be able to defend yourself, and sometimes it gets difficult and people get a little discouraged. For those, I say, just keep going at it. It gets easier and easier. And I know I've been there, done that. And I found, sometimes when we're training so much, you start getting a little bored, but you got to keep your, because there's a lot of repetition in martial arts, and that's how we learn. That's how it gets instilled in our mind, is that we don't have to think if we have to defend ourselves, and you just have to learn to love what you do and think about the concept of what you're doing. And then once you find that passion, and I call it the warrior martial arts spirit in you, it just takes on a whole different animal. Your whole life changes and your whole attitude. And once you learn how to defend yourself, the great thing about it, like I said, we have in the book, is then a lot of them become instructors and they pass on this knowledge. And that's why you just keep passing it on and on and on. And to me, that's truly, I think, what God put me on earth here to do, is to be an advocate for people to better themselves and learn how to defend them. And I feel, that definitely, along with everybody else in the book, is my legacy, is to keep getting people trained and to keep inspiring them and keeping their motivation up. Like, I've been to seminars, where some young girls, it's tough sometimes at a teenage year, because then, you start dating and school activities, and on my seminar, I just try to motivate people. And I love it. Like when parents say to me, oh my gosh, now she wants to go back to class. She has a whole new attitude. And
Right.
I think just keep finding that inspiration to become a better person. And I think not only when you strive to be better in martial arts, it takes on your whole life. You strive to be better in everything that you do.
Absolutely. It must feel so empowering that you have this gift to give to women, or to everyone, that, not only brings fitness, but probably brings a self-esteem and confidence that you can protect yourself. You probably carry yourself better. You know you're internally strong. So that's fantastic. I understand the American Martial Arts Alliance Foundation will be launching in your honor the Cynthia Rothrock College Scholarship Fund. Can you tell us a little bit about how that came about?
Well, I think that's from Grandmaster Jesse Bowen, who started that, and I'm very honored to do that because it's all about giving back, and Grandmaster Jesse Bowen is such an advocate to do that. I mean, I think out of anybody I know, he gives the most, and it's not for himself; it's to benefit others, and this is to help people that are maybe financially can't do it, or to help them get involved in something that is such an important life changer. And I guess, Grandmaster, you could kind of say how it came about, how you thought about this.
Well, when we're as a foundation, we're a nonprofit, but we're an educational foundation. My whole thing has always been about education in your business. So we have our martial arts, but we have our business. So the more that we are aware, whether it's in the marketing, whatever it is, whatever field that you want to be in and be a martial artist, you're going to be better at it, especially if you've got that black belt mindset. That black belt mindset is always giving 100% to whatever you do. So, we have two funds that we've done. One is the Cynthia Rothrock College Scholarship Fund for young ladies who are involved in sport karate. So this is that field that are competing, that are young ladies that are competing. And, we'd like for them to be a part of our organization because we want to support them in the martial arts in their, competitive endeavors. And so what we want to do, our goal is that we have, at least a $8,000 to $10,000 scholarship fund that in the spring that people can start, doing applications for. We're still working on setting up the guidelines, but it's really about young ladies that are involved in sport karate. And then we have a second fund, which is the AMAA Who's Who Future Leaders Scholarship Fund. That is for, people that are, of course, involved in our organization first, but that we can support them. And this is a college scholarship fund also. So the things we're trying to do is bring that value and helping people to discover. And the book is an inspirational book because it's not about how many trophies a person has won. It's not about how famous the person is. It's really about your story of how the martial arts has impacted your life. And so when we have those people that are going through those tough times and they're involved in the martial arts and they want to quit because they didn't get promoted or they failed a test or something, for them to know that we all have. That's how we became grandmasters, because we all failed at some point in time. But that was the moment that we actually grew from that failure and discovered our own interpersonal strength and growth to become masters and become grandmasters. And it didn't have anything really to do with how many tournament trophies we won. That sport is always there, and we love it because it motivates us in a way for us to test our abilities, as martial artists. But with everything that Grandmaster Rothrock has done and the support she's given, going back 2016, and every time we do something, she's always the first one in front. So again, this is a tribute to the work that we see, and we want to cultivate other young ladies that they can have a role model and role models that they can, want to continue their study in the martial arts.
Well, it's really impressive and honoring for everyone that gets to share a bit of their legacy. And how, when I first heard your story, Grandmaster Jesse, that, you were this person, and then martial arts came into your life and it completely changed who you were, how you saw things, and gave you that drive to say, I can do this. I'm not quitting. And I think you did try to quit, but then they were like, nope, you're not quitting. And you stuck through it and you thrived in that, shared it with other youngsters and had a martial arts school. And then now you're doing it in legacy and history. And not only that, so you're publishing these beautiful books, but I have heard that the city of Las Vegas is holding a proclamation day for the American Martial Arts Alliance. What is that about?
Well, again, it's a great honor that we have moved as an organization and connecting with people, like Grandmaster Rothrock, Grandmaster Joe Corley, Jeff Smith, and a whole slew of awesome martial artists. And we came to Vegas 4 years ago, and we brought hundreds of people to Las Vegas. We have been a positive, influence and impact on the city. And so the mayor has given us our own day. So we have the AMAA Legacy Day. And so that's going to be happening this year. The mayor and her husband planning on being at our dinner. So it's going to be a really great year, but to be recognized as a martial artist or a martial arts organization, the stigma of what martial arts is about and the ability to be able to show that, this is a very honorable occasion and event, and that we're bringing not only martial artists, but the city is open at its doors to promote us in the city, to help bring other people in. And I'm hoping that the martial artists in that community will thrive and benefit from us being there, that will attract people that would like to become martial artists. So it's a great honor to be recognized, not just as a martial artist, but as an organization. And this is what, that we're bringing, is that the martial artists that are featured in the book, their guests, our special guests, that, we are a community, and we're bringing this to Las Vegas. Again, this is year 4, and for the city to recognize that we are making a contribution to the city, that really makes me feel good that we're doing something that's worthwhile.
That's amazing. That is something to talk about. We need to launch this book like no other. And then, Cynthia, I saw online that you have a new movie coming out. Share a little bit about your new movie.
Yeah, actually, well, this year's been really busy for me. I've done 3 films, and I've done about 70 movies completely in my lifetime. And finally, I decided, I wanted to do my own movie, because a lot of times when I get to set, you really don't have too much of a say of the choreography, of the lighting, of your look, of who's in the cast. And I finally decided it's time, to do my movie. And I'm a very spiritual person. And I think I heard my mom telling me, you have to do this now, because it's something I procrastinated about for a long time. And it's a big ordeal, a big job to do your own movie. And the great thing about my movie Black Creek, it's something different. It's a martial art film, but it's a Western. So I've incorporated the action that I love into a Western. And I thought, when I always did my own movie, I wanted to have like my action star friends in it. I wanted everybody to come together. And this is like one of the biggest casts of martial artists assembled in a film. And it's been a crowd fundraiser. We became the second most funded action picture on Kickstarter. And a lot of my friends said, you don't do that. Certain male martial artists tried to do Kickstarter and they didn't succeed. Why do you think you could do it? And I started having a little anxiety, and this is a good lesson to learn, is always believe in yourself. And I did. I said, no, I'm not going to listen to the negativity. I'm going to go for it. I believe in it. I heard my mom tell me to do it, and it was so successful. And I'm so excited because I feel like it's not only my film, it's my fans' film too. It's fan based. Everybody came together, and I have like so many. I have like 3 Emmy Award people working on this film, that just came in just out of their love and passion and said, we know this is going to be a successful project. So we're still on Indiegogo right now if people would like to support it. We are shooting in October. We still need a little bit more financing to do it exactly, how we want to do it with the big stunts and bringing in these great people. So if people want to look at the incentives, we have great incentives, even to where we have one opening left where someone could be in the fight scene with one of the action stars, which is
all right, guess this way.
It's
Grandmaster Jesse, he's ready to go.
I'm a supporter.
Yeah, he is. I've had people tell me, that this is my dream. And, another thing I love about this is that I get to fulfill someone's dream come true, because it's not easy for the average martial artist to say, hey, I want to be in an action picture, one that's going to be successful, that has all these leading names in it. And, I love that. That I could do that for fans as well. So people can go to blackcreekmovie.com, check out the incentives. We all appreciate the support. And I just promise you that I am going to bring the best action picture that I can to screen.
That's amazing. I can't wait to see it. So, Jesse, is there anything, of course, we want everyone to embrace and go out there and support this book launch. Buy not only the hard copy, but buy the ebook. The ebook is so wonderful to be able to flip through and really, what I love is to enlarge everything and to really see the pictures and stuff. But what the ebook does for us as publishing companies and stuff, it helps us rank and get visible with a very little. We've dropped the price to $1.99 for this amazing book for just a couple days. Let's get it going, and then make sure you get a copy of that hard copy. It is gorgeous. So anything else?
Well, no, I think that's what we really would like for our fans and our inductees. We have over 1,000 martial artists that have been included in our books since 2015. We want everyone to get involved. This book is a true keepsake. This is the special edition and the last edition of the Who's Who in the Martial Arts book series. And so we got some things that's planned. Of course, our banquet and awards is named Who's Who also. But as far as a Who's Who book, this is a collectible book. It's going to be, right now, you can go to your bookstores, Books A Million, Barnes and Noble, and order a copy of the book from there. Order it online. And remember that the ebook, I love the Kindle ebooks because they're easy for me to get to, easy for me to flip through. So go and support. And again, we are making contributions back to the education of young martial artists through, the Cynthia Rothrock Scholarship Fund and the AMAA Future Leaders Fund to be supportive. Join our organization. You can go to our website, which is www.who'swhointhemartialarts. Become a member. We're not an organization just to take membership. We're looking for some worker bees. Our goal this year is that we launch a director in each state in the U.S. and we build our regional directors. We really want an organization that's doing something, preserving, the martial arts. And, we're grateful to have, Grandmaster Cynthia Rothrock and the other people that have been our supporters and backers. And we're really grateful for that. So we want to give back. Allow us to give back by supporting us and, join our organization. We need feedback. How can we make a difference in there? So, remember that the book is coming out. It's already out. It's $1.99. So it's only going to be for a few days. There's 340 some pages in this book. So it's not just a flip through book. And each page really has incredible information that can inspire people. It's not just for martial arts. I look at this as a motivational book also. So when you read it and you know, people talking about their successes, their failures, and how they overcame these things through the practice and the study of the martial arts. So, hey, do us a favor, grab that $1.99 copy.
All right. I have one last thing. Nobody gets away without a legacy question. So I'm going to ask the same question for both of you, just for the sake of time. What is one thing that's on your bucket list, or what I call your legacy list, that you have not fulfilled yet? Cynthia, go ahead.
What is on mine, the first thing that comes to mind is that I want to do a documentary on my life. And it's not a documentary that I have in mind to say, oh, look at, here is Cynthia, look what she's done, look how great she is. It's basically from the beginning, when I started in martial arts, you know, I was one of the few women that even did it. People thought it was a man sport, you know, and overchanging that idea that martial arts were just for men. So it's, you know, going through tough times. It's going to be inspirational. It's going to be motivational. It's going to be funny. I want funny stories, and also a little bit about my spiritual journey. So that's on my bucket list to come in the future, is a documentary to inspire.
I love that. Awesome. Thank you. What about you, Jesse?
Wow. You should have prepped me earlier.
Oh no, these are like
well, you know, at the top of my bucket list that I want to be able to do in the next couple of years is to build a university around education for the martial arts community. And, you know, not just not teaching karate, you know, or taekwondo, but in education. You know, how do you run a business? You know, how do you social media marketing? How do you do these things that someone says they don't want to go to college? That's okay. Then you can now develop through our certificate program. You can have this knowledge and have some of the best coaches in the business. You know, Stephen Oliver and Jeff Smith and Toby Milroy. These guys are our educators, and build an institution around education. That is the secret. The more education that you can have and be able to implement, and then you have these tools that you have the opportunity to practice your education in that. So I would say that, we started so we have the American Martial Arts Alliance Foundation, and we started the American Martial Arts Alliance Institute. The Institute, we already have online courses, but to really have that in the martial arts community, that we have opened that door to support martial artists, whether it be in business or continuing education.
That's so important. That's an awesome goal. I love that. So thank you both for being on, and I look forward to getting my hands on that copy of the hard copy book. It's so beautiful, such a great passion. Just Cynthia, I love the cover. When I first saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, she is the queen. So good luck in Vegas. You guys are going to rock it out. I hope to see a lot of live videos, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, thank you.
Natalie.